start the meeting. We got some phone calls, and some people, Karen said she was going to show up. Charmaine and them, I don't know if they got the email or not, but Carol and Chesley came today, and Carol wrote a poem, and she wanted to share it with the audience, and the Lucy Moore Foundation. Like, she was connected with the Lucy Moore Foundation for years now. Her and Chesley have been supportive, and so she's going to read this out of support for the Lucy Moore Foundation and the environment in Lake County. Okay, Carol, go ahead.
Okay. It's a pleasure to be here. I just want to say that this is the heart and soul of Lake County. Since we moved here 6 years, we've been met with respect and kindness, and we'll do, have no reluctance in any way, hesitation to help Lucy Moore Foundation and cause, as it's from the heart and soul. Okay. This is for the spirit of the sea. It's in memory of all the sea life that's been lost in the BP oil spill. Also in support of the Lucy Moore Foundation and the Clayton and his family, who have been supportive more than any people that I know, and the Pomo population here as far as support of the environment, the Healing Center, and what it's really all about. Spirit alive and free, spirit of the sea. Alive and free, we beseech thee. Spirit alive and free, spirit of the sea, churn the waters clear we hold so dear. Spirit alive and free, spirit of the sea, we call to thee, help us breathe. Wind and water, uplift us to your shores, our bodies in the sand, now left cold and hoar. Dark and deep we used to fly, underneath the sky we lived amid the colors of the sea, dancing gloriously free to be, forces shared, undeclared. We call to thee, our friends, where the sea ends. The spirit answers in despair, calling for those that care. Now foul smell heaviness entices sleep, our bodies swell and swirl in the deep. Filled with remorse, our demise from unknown forces grows, tangled in the strands of algae strewn only thee knows. Our friends, our children, our ancestors come underneath in swirls of blacker sun, dark and deep, smothered from the light, no longer able to take flight. Left shocked, frozen into silence, no more a pulse to flow hence. Quiet quests are now left unexplored, food to serve as ventures toward. Horizons seen below, vast expanses, our spirits howl from painful stances. Once we roamed spirits free, we lived within the sea. Now we roll with the tides afloat, coming up to meet your boat. Eyes awake to your event, lifeless drudgery sent. Lingering fear with no trust, turn inward as we must. Let love's stone hang around your neck, fretful worries wrought by callous wreck. Our bounty sought no more, life's justice closed door. Our lives forever changed with death, stalled. Spirit of the sea, you are called. Spirit of the sea, alive and free, we call to thee, help us breathe. Spirit of the sea, alive and free, we rise above like a dove. Spirit of the sea, alive and free, guide us home, no more to roam. Dark, slimed bodies slick, we sink to depths sick. Sleep gathers its net around our souls set. Earthly bound, soon depart, the lessons from our heart. Sounds of a choir heard, we sing the harmonies like birds. Our brethren on earth's soil bear the burden of their foil. We give to each, we share, we teach. We of the sea rise to reveal shapes ancestral depths conceal. Hard pressed we are to understand why. misfortune to our children, we say goodbye. We gather with our kin, wise, we know your sin. Spirit of the sea, alive and free, we wish our birth and our earth, love and peace, the spirit of the sea.
All right. That was a poem that was dedicated to the BP. And when you look at that, you know, that oil spill, and they show just little clips of the oil spill, you know, and they show where the oil is coming out of it, and they say, oh, probably 50,000 gallons is coming out a day, but they're really, you know, not telling you the truth. There's, some say, maybe 1 million gallons, 1 million barrels of oil coming out of that thing a day. My God, can you imagine if they pan up and show the whole ocean and how devastating, you know, this dirty is, you know? And now, you look at our lake.
Exactly.
In the last 100 years, what happened to it? I mean, you can go along Highway 20 over here towards Clear Lake Oaks, and then right into where all those boats are and stuff. It just, you can see the oil and the gas, and you know, on top of the water there, you can see that, you know. And to me, Lucy Moore Foundation, what our whole goal is to not only tell the truth about this. This is what you're doing here in Lake County. You look at all these excuses why, you know, the lake is dirty and stuff, but what it boils down to is the truth of it is this fun that you're having with your boats and these little ski things, and you know, it's dirtying our lake. And so Lucy Moore Foundation, I feel, you know, we've been going here for I don't know how long, but just off and on, up and down. I feel like if we go after that dream, you know, that dream that I shared with everybody, the research center, the counseling center, the healing center, amphitheater, then right in the middle, the museum and cultural center. If we can do that, not only would we put, you know, a lot of people, educated Native people and non-Native people working together in a sort of like a college kids atmosphere, because they will be the people basically running this thing, right, with its elders advising them. I think that would be a part of our part as Pomo people to help heal the world. We're showing America, they say, that the greatest and toughest country on earth now, by taking our resources, us Native people's resources that God gave us. We can help them by showing them that this forgiveness is really alive to our babies here. My great-grandma, when she prayed for these babies to get here. For 7 generations in front of her. She prayed for that. All our grandmas did. And they were hiding under rocks. They were hiding, you know, behind trees. They were hiding in the mountains. And they were praying this, please don't let this happen to our babies. You know, so they don't have to hide. And her prayers, you know, they came true, I feel. They came, you know, came in a circle and all around the circle. And so, anyway, what we want to do, I guess, is we'll, I guess, have another meeting with the Lucy Moore Foundation. And then maybe I'll tell the people 3 weeks before the meeting, and I keep on seeing them every week. But there's people interested out there that want to do something, though, you know. And we were talking about a concert. We were talking about the book, me and Raphael's book, doing that. Me and John, we were talking about other things, you know. But to change, I feel like we have to change here in California, in little communities, Indian communities like this. Like Eureka got Indian Island back, that's where he's from, John's from. And now if we get our island back, we can dance on it again. And you know, those things right here, it's going to help the healing of the world. And it's got to start right here in Lake County.
And within each person.
Yeah, and each person has a responsibility.
We are, what is it, Gandhi? We are the change.
Mm-hmm.
Be the change you wish to see in the world.
Be the change you
Yeah.
wish to see in the world.
Okay,
Thank
there you
you.
go.
That is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and that is what it's about.
Yeah. Hi, how you doing? So anyway, the people, I guess, like Karen, like I said, she said she couldn't make it. She can concentrate over there in Mendocino County, which is good. I feel like a lot of people, when they are tribal councils, you know, they get on these boards, and it's good for them to be on different boards and learn things, but sometimes when they get on so many boards that they only give, say, this main board that they should be on to take care of the people, well, they only give maybe 10% of their time, and the rest of the time is over here, you know, playing around. And so they're not giving this one 100%, this one 100%, this one 100%, you know, or this one 100%. They're just playing around so they can get that little cash on the side. And it seems like that's the sickness we got in our tribes now. That's why Native people aren't moving. I feel we can move, man. You know, with the right people doing their purpose, I think things would just move right along like it's supposed to. But people ain't doing that. You know, our people, our Native people.
Everyone. I mean,
Oh, yeah, everyone, yeah.
unfortunately, it is a huge illness that you're talking about that is somewhat contagious, and that's where I feel so sorry for that, because so many people have lost that part of focus, and they're brainwashed. You watch the media, and it's just a brainwash to buy things, or we're talking about the computers and the iPod, to learn what the heart is, to be taught to respect history, to go to museums and to see our origins. It seems to be have lost, and I totally am supportive of any endeavor that is focusing on the heart, but our education seems to have lost. Somehow the children aren't being taught that, and it's not being passed from the ancestors, except in the one culture so strongly that I've observed, since especially we've been up in Lake County, is with the culture of the Pomo. And you have a name, but it's not Pomo. It's,
Yeah.
Isn't that what, more human? Or
Well,
what is it?
I found, well, actually, I didn't find this book. It was a book in 1903, I think it is. My nephew found this book. He bought it, and he gave it to me. And the pages weren't even cut yet. You know how they're not even cut.
Wow.
Some of them were, but some of them were still, still together like that, and they were cut. Anyway, I was reading it, and it was about the Bear Clan, stories about the Bear Clan people and stuff. But there was a name in there, instead of Pomo, the name Pomo, they were called Hayoyu. It was Hayoyu. Hayoyu. It's Xayoya. And so Ha is water. And Yoyu, that's what I got to find out in that language, though. See, the languages are, I think it was different in the Blue Lakes area and Upper Lake area to the Big Valley area, the Elam area. I mean, a lot of the languages, were really different. The dialects, I guess, were a little different. So like Elam, they say Emek for God or Father. And over here at Lake County, we say Waharika. And now, I don't know if that came from Blue Lakes, you know what I mean, where my great-grandmother's father's from, Chief White Plume, or if it was Lake County language. But then I heard Nelson Hopper say Harika in Big Valley. Okay, so, it's kind of, and it's for us Indians that grew up in the 40s, 50s. I mean, we got a culture shock, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, you got to be these brown white people, and you got to talk like this, and you got to forget that language. That language is no good to you. Your culture is no good to you. Everything your people done is no good to you. You got to, this is what you got to do now. This is more important than that. And so we kind of like, we didn't. I don't know. I guess you'd say respect that or anything. We didn't fool with it. We just tried to be these assimilated Indians, and we lost a lot of that. My generation, the generation before me, lost a lot of that. My dad and mom both drowned their great-grandmas. My great-grandmas and their grandmas drowned them, learning all of this, but they wouldn't share it. They wouldn't share it with me because we were living in Oakland. How am I going to go pick angelica root in Oakland when there's nothing but cement all around? How am I going to get a pepperwood tree or the wormwood or there's nothing down there. All cemented in. There's nothing to gather down there. So bringing back the truth to Lake County and getting that island back so we could do a proper burial. getting Rattlesnake Island back so we can do a public burial. Those things are going to help heal the world, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I don't know how anybody else looks at it.
No.
You know,
And I would be the first to politely say the truth back to you. I mean, if I felt any differently, because I was raised in a way that I'd certainly get in trouble if I didn't say the truth. But I truthfully believe that, again, if you stay centered to yourself and you go internal, and then you do the best you can within that, and you stay focused like you're talking about, that is healing. That is generating that power, that energy, whatever it is. And that's what you're talking about. If you stay true to your, where you are, to your roots, to your family, to your heritage, and then carry forth without, I don't know, what is it to be that golden rule thing? I mean, I think it's part of every culture, but it seems like it loses it along the way. And what better thing to do than to correct an injustice and to show other people how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it's clearly an injustice, and people seem to not know what to do. In psychology terms, for example, the Stockholm Syndrome, you know, that's what happens when people get oppressed, or they, you know, you've heard that. They decide that the oppressor is wonderful. It's happening all over. You know, it's unfortunately, it started with your family and many others that have been through it, but to be taught how to overcome, I think, is what you're doing. You're teaching people how to overcome, right?
Well,
How to turn it around, how to speak, not to be scared of the person who's trying to intimidate you, how to stay true to yourself and your heritage.
I want to introduce my granddaughter here, Judy. She's from Albuquerque, and she's got her brown belt in karate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And my other granddaughter, Indira Duncan, and she's just turned 8 years old, and she graduated to the 3rd grade with good grades, E's and S pluses. So this is my future. These are my granddaughters. I got 10 of them. 6 of them are girls, and 4 of them are boys. And I hope they carry on this forgiveness heart that great grandma had. Our women were the strength in our society. We were matriarchal people. Our women, you know, they were the maroons. They were the head honchos, and basically we did everything they said. But anyway, so one piece of girls to be strong, you know, Homo women, and not let people tell them what to do or boss them around, and any man, you know, put their, you know, hands on them or anything. You know. It's not allowed. It's not allowed as long as Grandpa's alive. So.
One of the things that, if I could interject a couple of things, and I feel kind of frustrated because I'm supposed to be working, but fortunately I have a good boss that allows me to step across the line and step back. But right now what I'm feeling is there are so many good things happening, and it's coming from both sides, if you will. I feel that there are a lot of people that are coming forward that want to get involved, that want to find out more, that want to learn more. Clayton has done as far as I'm concerned, a magnificent job in terms of getting the whole discussion, debate, if you will, to this point in time. At no disrespect to any tribal government, but as tribes, we are trained to look out for our own people. But that limits us. At the same time, what Clayton is proposing with the Lucy Moore Foundation is all tribes can be involved. And to me, that's a major positive in terms of there are no limits. because he's from Robinson, he doesn't only want to work with Robinson people, other people that come involved like myself from Table Bluff Reservation up in Humboldt County. I want to work with as many tribal people as I possibly can. So I support him 100% and whatever I can do to help out a little bit. That's why I'm here. And like I said, my apologies because I'll have to go back to work pretty quick, and so I'll be just kind of bouncing in and out. Appreciate what he's doing. Great deal.
Well, I had a pretty good movie the other night, Channel 8, and I met this guy named Lonnie.
Lonnie, yeah, did the interview with you last
Yeah.
week, with the earlier part.
And we talked about a little bit about this too, and then we got into where, you know, it's all about being a human being instead of a human ego. And he says, did you say ego? No, ego, E-G-O. Human ego and human being. A human being to me has no room to lie, has no room to cheat, has no room to be, you know, nothing other than what they're supposed to be, you know, equal as me, a human being. And a human ego is, they're the people that says, oh, my hands were born for diamonds, and, you know, I need to drive, I need to, man, I just need to ride in a Rolls Royce. I won't go in a place if I don't have a Rolls Royce, you know, and I'm riding in leather or, you know, that stupid stuff. To me, that's an ego, to have this, but have that, and be this, do that. But anyway, so I'm running into a lot of people that are human beings now, you know, and they're green, yellow, and purple. They're all colors. That's basically who I want to work with. So we'll show the movie, and then we'll probably have we'll set up another meeting, maybe I don't know, a month from now again. Try it again. I'll talk to Charmaine and them. I'll say a month from now, but I'll talk to Charmaine and them because that's basically who I wanted to work with this concert stuff, and we'll see what we'll, you know, if it's any sooner, we'll let everybody know through the email. I think we got your email in it.
Uh-huh. I can make calls or do
Okay.
whatever.
All right.
And can we show them what that looks like on there? You have
Yes.
to remember, we can see it that way if people want to purchase it or
Oh
whatever.
well, it's not out yet.
It's not out.
This belongs to Channel 9. It belongs to Channel 9, and it's not out yet. And they told me that I can't really, you know, distribute nothing.
Okay, but we can tell people that it's going to be out there sooner or later. for
Yeah.
people to be able to see. So we get a private viewing.
Yes,
Right
I
here
could
today.
show it privately to friends and family. So, okay.
Wow.
Could you hold up your poem too? I wanted to get a close-up of that there. You can hold it for a second, I'll zoom in so people can see that and I'll have it for later. Yeah, I'm there. I think I got part of it there. There we go. All right, so we're headed out. We're gonna go see a movie. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. That's it.
Okay, we'll go downstairs.
What is it that I just did with you? What's